Hello everybody, my name is Lisa Felser and this is my friend Lotus.
Hello.
And Lotus is here to help me to teach you the next part in the lesson, which would be teaching your student red words, which is step 10 in the lesson plan. What you'll need for this part of the lesson is your filled out lesson plan. And you are going to teach one red word at a time. You can review 2 to 3 to 4 red words if you'd like, depending on where your student is at and your time crunch. You need your tutor lesson instructions. Turn to the appropriate page, which is page 10. And have that out for if you need it. You'll need your student's composition notebook for red words, red crayon and pencil, the screen, and then your target red word on an index card filled out in red, and then your review words, whatever they might be. In this particular instance, I have all WH words because one of our most recent concepts was WH says what, and so at that point I like to teach them the question words. First we're going to do this review of your 2 words, which are what and why. And you're going to put the word underneath the screen so you can still see the word. And then your student is going to trace with their pointer finger, with the pad of their pointer finger in their dominant hand, say each letter as they trace it, and then finger underline the word and say the whole word. You're going to do that 3 times.
W, Y,
Whoops.
W, H, Y, Y.
Good.
W, H, Y, Y.
Okay, and so I didn't correct her when she first said the letters wrong on purpose, and you don't want to correct your student either. You want to see if they catch it before you say anything. But if they go too much further, you'll have to back them up and say, oh, I think you said that letter wrong. And then so your new word today, do you know what that word is?
Where?
Yes, and a lot of times they can read the words because they learn what's called sight words at school. They're off-sequence words or they're high-frequency words. They have all kinds of names. But they learn a lot of them at school and they can read a lot of these words, but they can't spell them. So your job is to help them learn how to spell them as well. So we open the page in the composition book and hand them the red crayon. Keep the index card where they can see the word. Put your screen underneath the page, and right in the middle of the page they write the word while they say the letters. Going to have that audio, visual, and tactile sense happening at the same time.
W, H, E, R, E. Where?
Very nice. Okay, you can put your crayon down and trace that 3 times. You feel that bumpy texture?
W, H, E, R, E. Where? W, H, E, R, E. Where?
Good. 3 times, and then put the screen on top and they can trace it again. You can see the red letters through the screen.
W, H, E, R, E. Where?
And then we're going to stand up and do the cross-body motion, and you're going to tap from left to right. Ready?
W, H, E, R, E. Where? W, H, E, R, E. Where?
If your student was right-handed, then they would hold the card in their left hand and tap this way. So everything's left to right. W-H-E-R-E. Where? And we're going to turn the page on the book so we can't see the words anymore. You can use your crayon or your pencil, your choice, but I'd like you to write where 3 times on the back of this page from memory.
Where? W, H, E, R, E. Where?
After you've written it 3 times, or your student's written it 3 times, we'll come up with a sentence that you can write down. Can you use that word in a sentence, please?
Where is my jacket?
Good sentence. Okay, so you want to write that down. This is not a spelling exercise. you really want to make sure that they spell where correctly without telling them, because that's the target word. But if there's any other words in the sentence that you know they might have trouble spelling, for instance, my, like Lotus may not, at this point in the sequence, would not have learned that Y says I at times, so she might not know how to spell my, or might not know how to spell jacket either. And so you wouldn't have them sound it out or work that out, just tell them how to spell it, because that's not the object of this part of the lesson. There is an alternative way to teach this. You still have your index card with the target word on it, but then you would have your red word practice page. And filled out, see how I've written where on the page in yellow highlighter. We go through basically the same steps. It might be for the older students or students that don't like writing with a crayon and doing all the tapping and moving around. I truly believe this works better, but this is an alternative. So you do the same thing. She would trace
W, H, E, R, E. Where?
Very good. And now we're going to copy it over here, and the instructions are written right on the page.
W, H, E, R, E. Where?
Okay, and then I'm going to turn it over so you can't see anything and there's no cheating. We've seen this with handwriting exercises, right? We cover it up, and it says it here, cover the word and write it from memory. So you can have them write it one time or 3 times, depending on what fits in the box, depending on how big they write.
W.
And you don't have to say anything if you don't want to. And there, you got it. Look at that. Now we're going to do the silly thing and close your eyes, and I'll put your box at the pencil. All right, go for it. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, and then there's a space at the bottom, again, for writing a sentence, but we don't need to go through that part of the exercise again, but you would put a sentence down here. That concludes this part of the lesson. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at lisa@yorkcountyreads.com. Thank you for helping readers grow.